Before starting this video, I just want to remind you of one really crucial thing here. Although I'm going to be stating many facts, and I will be providing evidence to any claims that I make in this video, at the end of the day, this video is just an opinion. It's just the way I see this game and this situation. Now, whether you're super hyped for Sword and Shield, or you're absolutely furious and refusing to even touch the game, that's perfectly fine with me. I completely respect your opinion, and to be honest, I don't really fall under either of those categories, but without further ado, these are my personal thoughts on Pokémon Sword and Shield, and hopefully you'll listen to my opinion and possibly even rethink your own position on all of this. So let's go. First of all, I need to make something very clear. I am a huge Pokemon fan. I don't consider myself a fanboy, but I'm definitely a fan. You know, I used to watch the anime, and I still do to this day. I literally bought thousands of Pokemon cards back in the day, and I still play the games to this day. I stream them. But, yeah, I'm still a huge Pokemon fan. I bought so many of the Pokemon games day one. I got Soul Silver, X, Sun, and Let's Go Eevee all day one. And, you know, Pokemon, it literally means a lot to me. Just so much. And, you know, that's probably the reason why you'll see almost all the content on my channel is about Pokemon. And, you know, every single year when it would get cold in the fall, I would look forward to buying the next Pokemon game. That was literally a part of fall for me. And, you know, that pretty much takes us to now. You know, when I'm recording this, Sword and Shield is going to release in just 2 days. But, you know, let's go ahead and talk more about Sword and Shield. So let's jump back a little bit. It's February 27th of 2019, and it's 5 in the morning, and I'm watching the Pokemon Direct live stream. This is where Pokemon Sword and Shield was announced, and I remember when I was sitting there and watching it, they showed the trailer, and I'm just gonna be honest, I was super duper hyped. I couldn't believe it. The reason I was so hyped was because we were finally getting a region based off the United Kingdom. This is something I had been wanting for a very long time. And, you know, additionally, everything about the region looked good. I thought both the trainer designs looked good, especially Gloria. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really a fan of Scorbunny or Sobble, and to be honest, I'm still not really, but I did immediately fall in love with Grookey. Just something about him made me immediately love him. I don't know, I think I like monkeys or something. But anyways, I was overall really happy. You know, I was excited for Sword and Shield. I was hyped. It was all good. I'm not gonna lie though, I did have some minor concerns. I thought the game's graphics weren't too impressive, and a lot of the battle animations still seemed kind of static, but I was overall still hyped. I was planning on day one-ing it for sure. Like, that was not in any way, shape, or form. I was, you know, like, that might not be a thing. You know, I was gonna day one it for sure. And flash forward, like, I don't know the specific time, but maybe like a month, a couple weeks, and they unveil Dynamax. And you know, Dynamax is something that, like, I'm literally speechless here. It's not bad, but it's just like, you know, Gen 6, Gen 7, the X and Y gave us Mega Evolutions. And then Sun and Moon gave us Z-moves. And now, you know, Sword and Shield is giving us this. You know, it wasn't really that appealing to me. I mean, I wasn't a hater of it, but I just didn't really know how to feel, to be honest. And I guess overall I was okay with it. They were also showing off new Pokemon that we were going to be able to catch in this region. And I thought most of them were pretty okay. Some better than others. Some were, you know, I remember Wooloo became very popular, and I thought Wooloo was okay. And I think also around this time, they kind of started, you know, showing off some more things. Like, they started showing off, I'm trying to think, some of the gym leaders, or gym masters, or whatever they're called now. And, you know, I think they were pretty good. You know, I'm feeling still pretty confident about this game. But we're going to flash forward just a little bit further, and it's Nintendo's E3. And I remember after Nintendo's E3, which, by the way, I really liked. I thought everything they announced was good. I was really happy. We got Banjo, Hero, Breath of the Wild sequel coming, Animal Crossing, all that stuff. It was amazing Direct. But I remember, like, I'm trying to think, like an hour after the Direct, I found out through like a link someone sent me from an interview with Masuda that not all the Pokemon can be imported into the game. Not, you know, the National Dex mod, not all of them can arrive. And I apologize if I make any mistakes with any of the claims I'm gonna say, but as far as I can tell, this was, a sort of offhand comment by Masuda, and they basically haven't really mentioned it since. They've been very cautious and haven't really mentioned it, because the moment it got revealed, people started hashtag bring back national decks, Dexit, and everything. People started talking about this, so they haven't really anywhere straightforward said it. There hasn't been a direct where someone said, we apologize, but not all the Pokemon are going to be here. It was an offhand comment that he slightly mentioned, but of course it blew up, and that started everything of controversy about this game. And when I first heard it, I was really disappointed. Like, why are they doing this? Why? And I was, very concerned, and I was sad. But to be honest, it didn't hit me as hard as you think. Going into this video, you might be expecting me to be like, this is when I immediately knew everything was wrong. But like, it was kind of more like, why are they doing this? Why? Why are they cutting out so many Pokemon? Why are they doing this? What's the reason behind this? Who said, yeah, let's cut half the Mons? Why is this going on? And, supposedly the reason, it was inevitable and those things. But, I was disappointed. I really was. But, I was not canceling my pre-order. I was still planning to get the game. I was still planning to enjoy it. And, I was still thinking, yeah. But, around this time, I started kind of being concerned. Like I said, this is where I was first getting concerned. So I started listening to what other people had to say, and I started noticing that there were a lot of other issues this game had. And, like I said, when Sword and Shield was first revealed, I noticed it had very, very bad battle animations. But, around this time, people started spreading battle animations, and supposedly one of the reasons National Dex was cut was so that they could put effort into battle animations instead.
But with the transition to the Nintendo Switch hardware, with its, it being much more powerful, allowing us to be much more expressive with each of the individual Pokemon.
And, that wasn't true. That's just not true. The battle animations look horrendous. I'm sure someone's gonna say some of them look good. Some do, I admit, but the vast majority of them are really bad. I mean, you can look at any other modern JRPG, Persona 5, Dragon Quest 11, all of them have really good battle animations. They run over, they actually attack the opponent. In Pokemon, they don't. And it's like, why can't Pokemon Sword and Shield? Pokemon's literally the biggest gaming franchise in the entire world. It's more than Mario, it's more than Zelda, it's more than all that stuff, So why can't they just delay the games and add them in, If you ever say, why don't they just delay the games? People immediately say, oh, because they have to get them in time for Christmas. And to that I have to say, a quote from Shigeru Miyamoto himself, a rushed game is forever bad, a delayed game is eventually good. I believe that's how the quote went, and, regardless if there's a justification, you're saying, oh, it's not like they don't have a choice, they have to get it out. Well, so be it, but that means the game sucks. That's a simple fact, okay? And on top of this, just tons of the animation, just tons, are reused. They didn't even put in effort. They literally look the exact same. Someone did a comparison, this isn't battle, but someone did a comparison between the rivals, Ha and Hop, in Sword and Shield versus Sun and Moon, and they literally reused it. And, this wasn't the only thing that's being reused. You can see a lot of stuff reused. When you catch a Pokemon, there's the little ditty that plays when you catch it. It's the same one from Sun and Moon. Are you actually kidding me? And this isn't related to them reusing anything, but I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The graphics of Pokemon Sword and Shield are terrible, okay? They are horrible. When they first got revealed, I think this was even before National Dex, believe it or not, people were already calling this out, but there was N64 Tree, there is low draw distance, there are times you're battling someone in one location and then the environment just goes to like a blank background, with a color and stuff. Sometimes the battle environment just is reused in places it shouldn't be. I saw someone like fishing in a dock area, and then when the battle started, they were like in the wild grass area. They didn't even do that. What's going on here? Like, what the heck? And also, there's still plenty of bad scaling. You're walking on the overworld, you see like a Machamp, it's like, I don't know, this certain height. In the battle, it's not that big. You see a Whale Lord, and he's like, not that big. And, it's like, what the heck? And, you can just look at any other game, Breath of the Wild, you can look at Dragon Quest 11, and it's like, what's going on? This game literally looks like an HD Wii game. It's like, I'm expecting more. Why does this look so bad? And it's more than just the graphics, it's overall just everything is just extremely lazy. I saw a video where there were trainers and they were battling, and when like Pokemon fainted or something or switched, the trainers briefly disappeared. The trainers disappeared. That's how lazy it is. And I saw footage, someone was climbing a ladder, the whole world freezes. You're climbing a ladder, there's a guy at the bottom throwing his Pokeball up and down. When you start climbing on the ladder, he freezes and the Pokeball stays in midair. Why? Like, why? And I know what you're thinking. This might sound cherry-picked or pessimistic, or like I'm only looking at the bad, but let me tell you, and you're probably not gonna believe me, but I'm going into this 100% unbiased, trying to look at the good, the bad, and just the bad every single time outshines the good. I'm just literally amazed sometimes by how low this game goes. It's like, I'm literally shocked sometimes. So then we have another issue, is that there is a ton of cut content. And I'm not talking about the mons, I'm talking about no Mega Evolutions and no Z-moves. It was sad enough we weren't getting the Mega Evolutions of the Johto starters, something I really wanted, and just more Mega Evolutions in general, because as far as I can tell, everyone was pretty darn happy with Mega Evolutions. Those were a pretty cool thing, and I was happy with them, and I think everyone else was, so it's really, really sad that they just cut them out. And then Z-moves, I wasn't a big fan of Z-moves, not gonna lie, but they were okay, and I would have liked to have the option to have them there, but nope, they're just gone. They're just 100% gone, and that's really dumb, because Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was the first games after X and Y. Mega Evolutions were still there, and Sun and Moon still had Mega Evolutions, so why the heck did they get rid of Mega Evolutions and Z-moves? Why? I can't find a single reason. It wasn't a balancing issue. They were fair, and the competitive scene was good with them. Everything was good with them. I don't know why. And that takes us to the next issue, is that this, and a lot of the things I've been describing as of late are more things that we've known as of recently, because this is being recorded literally just a few days before the game comes out. Data mine's been happening and more stuff has been leaked, so a lot of claims might have been stuff that has just happened over the past couple days, but there's only around 300 Pokemon in the entire game. Because, they said they were cutting the national dex, and there were some rumors that there was going to be around 600 out of the 800 to 900-ish. So some people would have been happy with 600, but there are literally only 300. That's not even half. And of those 300, Charmander is the only starter in the entire game. Now, there were data mines, and people did find that Bulbasaur and Squirtle are in fact in the game, but there are no Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, or Alola starters anywhere in the game, and no legendaries returning except for maybe Mew. I think I heard that Mew was in it, maybe, I'm not sure, but literally, dozens, actually literally hundreds of Pokemon that I loved are gone. Just to name off the top of my head, Gible to Garchomp. That is one of my favorite Pokemon lines. That is not in the game. That's not in the game. And Sceptile, Fraligator, Greninja, and all the other starters that I like are not in the game. Snivy is one of my favorite base ones, and he's not in the game. And then other random ones like Ekans, Arbok, they're not in the game. And plenty of Sinnoh mons. Sinnoh had really good mons in my opinion. They're not in the game. That's just it. You can't find them. And that's it, and also tons of moves are just straight up removed. There's plenty of moves that are just gone, and it's why? Again, I've said in this video 5 times now, why? But that's just it. Why? I can't find a single good reason for it. Some people said, better balancing, but that's a very invalid argument, because you could just limit the type of mons online. You could do rotations, you could do format, and you're never going to get rid of strong or powerful or broken mons. You can change the stats and stuff, but you're never going to get rid of it. I've seen so many people debunk this argument. I'll try to put a link in the description below debunking this argument, but it's really, it has no merit, just nothing. There's no reason to cut all the Pokemon. And I do have to admit, I have been talking about what's not in the game, and I think it's only fair if I talk about what's in the game that I do like. And like I said, I like Grookey, I like Gloria, I like many of the Gym Masters or whatever they're called. I do like it. I think Marnie, I believe it's her name. is a really cool rival. I think it's a cool idea. It's something they haven't done, and I like it. I like that the professor is an old lady. Again, something they haven't done, and I like that she has I believe it's her granddaughter. I like that. That's something new. That's cool. That's something we haven't seen, you know? And I do like a lot of the new mons, but at the same time, there's lots of mon I honestly don't like, you know? They just look weird. Like, they don't look like Pokemon. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure you're aware of the controversy surrounding the starter evolutions, because they haven't even shown it to us officially as of yet, if I recall correctly. So, you know, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the leaked starter evolutions, and I'm not gonna lie, I really dislike all the evolutions for Grookey. They don't look good. I dislike his middle form. His final form, I heard that one was the one that was most popular among people, but I don't like it personally. And there's Sobble. His first evolution looks okay, I thought, but his final one just, no. And like I said, I'm not really a fan of Scorbunny either. His evolutions look okay, but it's just like, they just don't look appealing to me. So, I mean, frankly, if I do play the game, I'm probably just gonna pick Grookey and never evolve him. That's literally how it feels, because I literally dislike all the final forms. You know, this is just an opinion. Some of what I've said in this video is an opinion. Some is facts, but this is just an opinion. I'm just not a fan of the starters personally. And, you know, to kind of wrap this video up, because I've been rambling for like, what, 15 minutes now? Let's kind of wrap this up. There is something, in all of this, there is something that runs through it. And before I can reveal what that is, we need to talk about the fact that, as of now, we know that they 100% lied when they said that they were remaking all the models in the game from scratch. You know, I saw some people saying, oh, they never said that. No, they did. They said they were remaking the models from scratch, or they were re-upgrading them individually, but that's not true. People data mined it, and it is the exact same models as the 3DS games. They're not, you know, they might be tweaked a smidge, but maybe some clearer textures, but they're the same models as the 3DS. So, I mean, and then you look at stuff like Hop, he has Haw's same animations. It just goes to show, like, I think probably the entire game engine is just a port from the 3DS, and it's like, this is so lazy, and they lied about it. You know, if they had said, oh, we're reusing the models, but we don't want to put them all in for whatever reason, I don't even know the reason, again, why, but they had done that, that'd be one thing. But they straight up said, no, we're doing them from scratch. We're doing them from scratch. And they lied, you know, and you can look at everything, you know, cutting out Z moves, Mega Evolutions, you can look at all of these mons being gone, you can look at these poor battle animations that don't require a lot of effort, and you can look at them lying and just reusing all the Pokemon, and it's obvious. They're making this game on a very small budget, on very small time, to get it out for Christmas and try to make money. You know, they literally don't care about us, the gamers. They don't care about the players. They want money. And, you know, they're a business. I get that. But this is not right. This is honest. The fact that they lied, here comes the most controversial part. In my opinion, Game Freak, the Pokemon company, whoever's doing this, is no better than EA and Activision and all those horrible companies that make the games and scam us. And, man, they really fucked up this time. They really, really did. And, you know, I suppose you can argue this is a subjective opinion, but, I mean, they lied. They cut content. They reused content. It's clearly trying to make money. The fact that they're forcing themselves to put it out in November just so they can sell it for Christmas, like, there's no reason they can't delay the game and release it in February. Do you honestly think sales are going to be hurt of the game if they release it in February? Every Pokemon fan in their Houndoom would of course still buy the game day one in February, and you know, they just need to market it around Christmas time. Number one thing on the toy list for kids is the new Pokemon game. It'll still sell like hotcakes. There's no reason they have to rush it out now. They could make another season of the anime. They could make another line of the cards. They could do so many things in the meantime, and you know, they're the biggest franchise in the world. They have all the money in the world. There's no reason they can't do this. So I want to just conclude with two things now. It's just, look, harassment and attacking developers is wrong. And, I've actually heard some people have been attacking messengers. There was some people from Cerebi who were reporting a lot of the stuff about Sword and Shield, and supposedly they have received death threats and stuff for that. That's wrong. That's very wrong. But you need to realize the first thing is that, people like me and a lot of other people who are upset about this, we have done nothing against these people. We haven't attacked Masuda. We've made fun of him, and we've said, he's clearly in this for money, but we haven't attacked or harassed him, and there's plenty of people who don't. And second of all, you just need to realize we still have the right to be upset. No one is required to get the game, be hyped, and be like, oh, everything is forgiven, Masuda, we still love you. No one is, okay? That's just a simple fact. And this whole thing, literally, when I was scripting, I have a rough script for this video, and this whole thing has really made me sad because, as I said at the beginning of this video, Pokemon is something that means so much to me. I have so many memories of Pokemon. I remember watching all the episodes. I remember many years ago I was in Target trying to buy some cards, and I remember just wanting Pokemon Black when it came out so badly. I remember loved going through my first run of Soul Silver. I loved Pokemon X, I love Pokemon. It really means something to me, but when I look at Pokemon Sword and Shield, I see just everything. Just Pokemon is at an all-time low in quality. I say to myself, this isn't Pokemon. It may be called Pokemon, but Pokemon deserves so much better. They really do deserve so much better. But, all I can say is, will I be getting Pokemon Sword and Shield? No. I'm not going to buy it pre-owned even. I'm not going to buy it brand new. I'm not going to buy it at all, because I believe if you love Pokemon, you should not buy this game. Because if you buy this game, Game Freak is just going to say it's okay to do this. It doesn't matter about any controversy. It doesn't matter about anything. If we, make a rushed, low-budget title, people are still going to buy it. And that is going to hurt Pokemon more than any amount of shaming the company will. So, these are just my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. If you have anything you want to say, go ahead and comment. I'm going to read it. And hopefully we can be civil about this. If you disagree with this video, go ahead. You do you. But I personally think you're wrong. And I think, we as Pokemon fans need to unite and do what's best for Pokemon. And that is not giving into a bad game, in my opinion. An objectively bad game. Not a subjective, an objectively bad game. But thank you for listening to me. And I hope you have a great day. And just remember, real Pokemon fans, catch 'em all.